The Jonas brothers are here. They're out there somewhere. Sasha and Malia are huge fans, but boys don't get any ideas. I have 2 words for you: predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Yeah. Lord. Yeah. We sell crack to our own out the back of our homes. We smell the musk of the dusk and the crack of the dawn. We go through episodes too, like Attack of the Clones. What till we break a bag and you hear the crack of the bone. To get by, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We commute to computer spirits they muse while you...
So welcome back. This is the New Low News Show. I'm MC Graham.
I'm Adam.
I'm King Cobe. So we actually have a guest on the show right now to discuss. He's a young voter. He's 15 years old at the time, so he actually won't get to vote till actually after the next election cycle. But his name is Corey, and he's one of Adam's cousins.
Hi, I'm Corey. God bless you all.
Corey is a Christian. He's also interested in science. He also likes bicycles, ice cream, and women. And we're going to talk to him now about Obama. So you grew up with Obama for a lot of your life. You probably don't even remember a time when Clinton or Bush Sr. was the president. How do you feel about President Obama?
You know, it's like I really support President Obama. You know, he just seems like a good, hardworking Christian black dude, which is really cool. You know, it's a little different, and you know, it's like my dad. You know, he voted for Obama. You know, which is really cool. You know, I'm a proud Barack and roller. You know.
Okay. How old are you again?
Dude, I'm like 15 3/4 right now, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Like how would you feel if like there were domestic drone? Do you know about the drone war, Corey?
See, that's an interesting question for Cobe, for me, Cobe, because it's just no.
I don't want you to get any funny ideas. I fucking hate President Barack Hussein Obama, also known as President Barack Obama, because his drone war, and you probably read about this by now, or probably not if you're a Democrat or something, but he's killed lots of people in Pakistan, Yemen, Waziristan, Sudan with drone strikes, which are remote-controlled airplanes, and I wouldn't normally have a problem with this. Like, I don't care about people in other countries, except that he killed American citizen Anwar al-Alawaki, and then 2 weeks later, in a separate drone strike, he killed American-born citizen Abdulrahman Al-Alawaki, who was 16 years old at the time. And that's not fucking cool, because there was no due process, there was no trial, there was no evidence that he was a terrorist or anything. He was killed as collateral damage in a strike targeting another person who's allegedly a terrorist. But I'm just not cool with the idea that Obama can personally order a drone strike on an American-born person, even if they are in another country or associating with terrorists or anything like that. But you like Obama. He seems kind of cool-headed, you know?
It's just the thing. It's like I really think I could relate to that guy because, you know, he's in a position of power. But, like, more so than that, like, he's a white guy. I'm a white guy. You know, we both like science and, you know, we both like religion. I love God. You know, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I agree with most of that. Like, he seems like somebody you could maybe share a beer with or smoke. Have you ever had a beer, Corey?
See, it's the thing, you know, it's like, you know, like when me and my friends, like when we get together, you know, there's 5 of us, okay, we'll have a 6-pack, you know, and it's like we'll each have one. But the thing is, it's like everybody asks, like, who's going to have that 6-pack? Like,
yeah, you're feeling a little tipsy.
So it's
yeah,
like, I'll take that. I'll take that 6 beer. Like,
right.
who really gives a squeeze?
A squeeze?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you studying, Corey, at the time?
See, right now I'm still in high school, you know, so it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. I
don't remember it being very good, but that's okay. If you're having a good time, that's good. I'm not trying to.
As long as you have God on your side, it's like it's always good. Everything is always
God's
good.
never been on my side, so I don't know what that's.
See, that's a shame. We'll talk about that a little later, I think, because you know it's like my curfew's almost up, so I got to go home pretty soon.
Okay.
But you know, my mom's gonna be here pretty soon. Right now I'm in honors biology. That's my favorite subject right now.
Cool.
It's going pretty good.
Have you ever dissected a frog?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That didn't bother you at all?
No, it didn't. It's like dissecting a frog. I learned a lot. You know, God's on my side, and you know, God told me to dissect a frog because you know it was already dead. I mean, he ended the frog's life. So,
did you have to confer with God? Like, did it trouble you at all?
I pray before I decide to frog. Yeah.
Yeah. How often do you pray, Corey?
Usually about 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh, the Muslims pray 5 times a day.
See, they do it wrong though.
Do you think that's one too many times?
No, I just think no, they're just wrong.
And we're just gonna talk about the election.
Do we have to?
Yes, it's gonna happen in 2 or 3 days, and then it will be over, and we will never have to talk about elections ever again. Let's just kind of get it on the record. Who does the NULO think? Who do you think is gonna be the victor?
Barack Hussein Obama.
Okay.
You gotta Barack and roll.
I looked at some of the betting odds that come out of London. They created a book for the presidential election, and
I know.
And they yeah. As the NULO's resident gambler, I'm sure you're aware of what they're doing. And they favor Obama by like 2 to 3 or maybe even higher. So
That's your authority on the subject.
yes, the people who are putting money down and trying to make money off of people's wagers favor him, so that's who I'm going for. A lot of people say there's no difference really between Democrats and Republicans, that two sides of the same coin, they're all just trying to take your money and wage war and stuff like that. Do you guys think there are many important differences between the two candidates?
No.
None whatsoever?
Okay, there's one major issue.
Okay.
I think it's part of Romney's neo-Zionist, neo-conservative plan, looking at his foreign policy advisors, which are the same as the Bush years, and got us into all those messes, which we're still in. I think it's his plan to eventually invade Iran or wage more than just the cyber war we're already waging with them. Yep. And I think war with Iran would fucking ruin this country. I think there would be huge civil unrest.
Civil unrest, really?
Yeah, I think people will get serious about being anti-war again, right? Because think about it. Nobody's anti-war now because Democrats in the White House.
Right.
But you remember the Bush years, some of the largest protests ever against the Iraq War. Of course, it didn't stop it from happening. But people might get... I imagine people might take it a bit more seriously.
Do you think there would be any... besides just civil unrest, do you think there would be any economic or international repercussions to...
Oh, absolutely, because it's all about oil
Yep.
in the end. And, despite all the hype about the Straits of Hormuz, there is something to it.
Yep. So you think they would, if you start tinkering too much with just the oil supply, or not even the oil supply, people can speculate on the price of oil. Gas, I think, anywhere above $5 or $6 a gallon.
We drive everywhere.
Yeah, no,
weird.
I drive a couple hundred miles a week just
Yeah.
to and from school, and I would have to tell all my teachers that in Romney's America, I can no longer afford to attend.
Can't come to school.
Yeah,
And that's the reason Romney's America scares me a bit. Obama's America isn't much better, but I do think that he does not want to wage a literal occupation of another country.
right. He wants to do everything short of occupying a country. If you look at him, he will send drones in. He will do cyber attacks. He will do sanctions.
Yep.
He will finance rebel forces.
Any rebel forces of any kind.
He will, so up until actually putting American soldiers in the mix, he would do that.
Well, and there's something to say for that. He does want to... He doesn't have any disdain for the average American. I do think he doesn't want more American lives lost than necessary. And that's the policy most people kind of agree with,
Right.
Democrat or Republican. So, yeah, I think he's going to win big. I also think just the Democrats in general will probably win big. Maybe it's just because I'm in Maryland and, everybody I know is a fucking liberal or whatever.
Well, speaking of Maryland, there are a few issues on our local ballot that are kind of important. 3 really that kind of grab my attention. One is about gay marriage. We're voting on whether we're going to allow it, and this has been tried before in other states and has been shot down.
Even in California.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked exactly. But we might be the first state to have a referendum that approves gay marriage. What do you guys think about that? Any strong opinions?
I approve of faggot and dyke marriage.
Are there any strong arguments against gay marriage?
Religion, which is bullshit.
Okay.
That's it. So what do you think about the DREAM Act?
The DREAM Act. I actually think that, well, we're voting on a part that would give illegal immigrants in-state tuition, and I think that's fucking stupid because when I went to UMBC, I knew a lot of legal immigrants who were coming here to study, and they all had to pay.
Go through all the red tape.
Yeah, they had to do it was such a bureaucratic nightmare just to get here and study. And they were paying, out-of-state tuition, all that stuff. So if those people who are following the rules, doing the right thing, are, paying an increased rate of tuition, why should we give lower tuition rates to people who broke the rules? I don't think we should incentivize that sort of behavior.
No, I agree. And these people, they're legal immigrants. We still give them public schooling. But when you give them in-state tuition, that basically puts them in direct competition with American-born citizens. And I'm not cool with that because I know American-born citizens.
Well,
and they're not having an easy time of it,
Well,
99%ing all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, and that just goes further into the whole argument that we need a constant flow of people into this country, either through immigration or through birth, to stimulate the economy. This is an idea that people seem to get in their heads. I think the opposite's actually true. You need fewer people to have more robust economic growth.
Well, this is the whole economic policy for the last 40 years. Is a rising tide lifts all boats.
Right.
Let me ask you, how high is your boat? How are you doing?
My boat is in the sand. It is capsized. There are weird, barnacles growing over it.
But the idea that more people will lead to economic growth, it doesn't make a whole lot of pragmatic sense.
Yeah, because when you have fewer people, there's less competition for jobs. Less competition for jobs means wages increase. Wages increase means higher standards of living. Higher standards of living mean you don't have to fucking work at a knockoff Chinese food restaurant like I did when I got out of college. So, yeah. So, we're gonna try to change gears a little bit. Adam, do you have anything you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about war.
Okay. What do you want to say about it?
Has there ever been a good war?
Not really. I'm not
What's
a
your
huge
favorite
fan.
war, Graham?
Oh, I'm partial to the Anglo-Zanzibar War, which was the shortest in history. 30.
How short? Like an episode of Seinfeld, or
Pretty much is like an episode of your favorite sitcom plus pressing pause to go heat up some food. It was about 38 minutes long.
oh shit?
Yeah.
So this was the shortest war in history.
Yes. It as far as we know. There were casualties though. Like shit did get blown up. People did die. There were like 500 wounded, something like that. A few people killed.
Graham, I want to talk to you about a different war.
Okay.
One that has lasted a very long time.
The Cold War, or
Nah,
Vietnam.
This war has lasted almost 30 years. 28 to be exact.
Okay.
the Secret War in Guatemala?
This
or-
war has affected people worldwide.
So Korea,
Whoa.
cold,
World War II, or
World War.
This
I.
war has seen so many billions of dollars.
Whoa,
It's insane.
That must be the War on Terror.
war on drugs, possibly. Yeah.
This war
What's he getting at?
is going to see another episode.
You mean like a theater or like a country?
A new
I
campaign.
thought that this war was over 7 years ago.
7 years ago. Where were we?
2001, 6, 5? How old am I?
Where were we? Lebanon or something?
This war is being rebooted by Disney.
Disney.
I'm talking about
World War II.
Star Wars,
Star Wars. Oh.
the greatest war that mankind
Maybe the only good war.
has ever been a part of.
Yeah. So what's the new developments in this war?
This war was bought by Disney.
You can buy a war.
You can buy Star Wars. You
How
can
much did it
buy
cost?
Lucasfilm. This war was bought for $4 billion. Who has that kind of money? I'm just saying. I mean, wouldn't it be nice to be Disney rich, for fuck's sake? That's insane.
We Disney now.
Year and a half long negotiation with George Lucas. yeah, $4 billion sounds good. We can afford that.
And you actually don't see shit like that anymore.
Absolutely
like, we're just
not.
gonna straight buy just all of you, you know?
Remember when Google bought YouTube?
You know,
Yeah,
for $1 billion?
Yeah, for $1 billion. Like, to me, $1 billion was a big deal back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have this transaction going on for $4 billion, and now they're going to make an episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
How insane is that?
Well, I have really two thoughts about this. There was only one good Star Wars movie, and that was Episode 5.
Empire Strikes Back.
Right, that's everyone's favorite, okay? So this is not a really very good return on investment. Like, they've been tinkering with this franchise for 3 fucking decades, and all they have is one good movie. And I think Disney might be able to make another one. You know, they're pretty good storytellers.
I think they could pull it off. Obviously, it doesn't matter if they can or if they can't.
Yeah, they could fucking...
It's still going to generate about $500 million. Episode 1 was $400 million alone for George Lucas personally.
They could make Episode 7 a straight-up porno. They can do that now with all the characters, you know, with the original names. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right, Adam. This is the best war that's ever been.
I think so. I mean, it's my favorite war. That's what I want to
Who
say.
do you favor, the Jedis or the Empire?
You know, both of them have their strong points, and I'm very conflicted. I'm going
Yeah,
through
because you
a
want to go with the
struggle.
lesser of two evils. Am I right?
Yeah.
The lesser of two evils there. Yeah, I'd probably have to pick the Sith. I'm just saying. They seem a little bit more free, more carefree, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just a little bit more
A little bit more honest.
honest.
You know,
yeah,
they don't
that's
talk
good.
about nice,
yeah.
fuzzy feelings and just say, bitch, I'm gonna choke you. You know?
And they just do that.
Well, and
they
they do?
can do
Yeah.
that, yeah. There's only 2 of them. It's like me and my best friend. Bam, done. I don't have to answer to anybody. It's like we agree on everything.
Right.
I like that. That's a good. It's a good scenario.
So, Cobe, I understand you actually haven't really seen Star Wars.
I've seen the first episode of Star Wars pretty drunk.
Okay, now was this episode 1 or was this episode 4?
I don't know. Rice, my roommate, he had Star Wars tattoos on his arms, sleeves actually. So tons of material.
I like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And I was like, that's cool that you're into that. I don't really care about Star Wars. But he made me watch one movie. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but it was one of the first ones.
Did it have Luke Skywalker in it?
Yes.
Okay, that was
then
episode
yeah,
4.
That was
yeah.
episode 4. I was going to say it's Mark Hamill in it. Then,
Yeah.
Wait, so there was 3.
There are
Never
6
mind. See,
yeah.
this is why this war is too complex. There's too many players in this war. It's hard to pick a side. I can't. It's too much to get into, you know.
This
So are you an
war-
isolationist in terms of Star Wars?
Yeah, that's precisely right. People talk about it, and I say I don't know what you're talking about. They say, "Oh my God, really?" It's just like Israel and Palestine. It's like I don't have a dog in this fight. You know, I'm not trying to get involved. I don't. You know, Israel, Palestine, the Sith, the other side,
Jedi.
Can I make
Jedi.
a recommendation for you? I'm just saying, you know, do not put on your OkCupid profile that you have never seen Star Wars.
Oh, it could generate some attention. You know,
It
actually,
could.
Like what?
You might
What
wanna-
increases my chances? That's my primary concern with everything I do.
Create your own Star Wars
And then sell it.
to Disney for $4 billion.
Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. We come you